Hello there, I'm Niyati, and today we're diving into something that might just change the way you see human development. What if I told you that the way we understand childhood development may not be as universal as we think? That the very foundation of our identity, of who we become, of our trust, is not shaped just by psychology, but by the culture and the society that we are born into. For decades, theorists have tried to define how we see human development. But do these theories truly apply to everyone? Can a theory built decades ago fully explain the intricate and interconnected way that infants and toddlers grow? Today, I challenge the idea that development is an individual journey. Instead, I argue that in cultures like mine, identity is not found alone. It is woven into the fabric of family, tradition, and shared responsibility. So, let's dive into Erik Erikson's psychosocial theory and let it take us on a journey through infancy and toddlerhood. Now that we've set the stage here, let's focus our attention onto the first key point, because understanding the bigger picture is important, and at the heart of it all is human development. So, human development is a complex process that spans multiple aspects of life that include biological, cognitive, emotional, social, and cultural. It encompasses the growth of the body, mind, and relationships. With that foundation, let's take a look at the viewpoints that I have to highlight. From my perspective, the socio-cultural aspects of human development in infants and toddlers are crucial in shaping their early growth. At this stage, children are deeply influenced by their social environment, how they interact with family, caregivers, and their community. These early relationships play a significant role in developing emotional bonds, communication skills, and social behaviors. Culture shapes everything from language development to the values they adopt and how they see the world. For me, the way infants and toddlers are raised within their cultural context provides the foundation for their social understanding and emotional resilience. These early experiences set the stage for how they will relate to others and navigate society as they grow. Now that we've laid the groundwork, let's take a closer look at a key theory in human development, and that is Erik Erikson's psychosocial development theory, a significant evolution of Freud's ideas. It expands development into 8 stages that span a person's entire life, emphasizing the role of social and cultural influences in shaping personality. Each stage presents a conflict, like trust versus mistrust in infancy or identity versus confusion in adolescence, that individuals must resolve to grow psychologically. This theory helps us understand how people develop in response to their environment, relationships, and experiences. Here are the 8 stages of Erikson's psychosocial theory. While each stage plays a crucial role in development, we'll focus on the first 2 as they lay the foundation for later growth and builds on infancy and toddlerhood. Let's now take a closer look at the first stage, trust versus mistrust, which is crucial in shaping an infant's sense of security. So this first stage of trust versus mistrust occurs from birth to around 18 months. At this critical time, infants heavily rely on their caregivers or parents for comfort, safety, and emotional support. When parents or caregivers respond consistently and predictably to an infant's needs, trust is developed, and the infant feels secure in their environment. However, if caregivers are inconsistent, neglectful, or create fear, the infant may develop feelings of doubt or mistrust. It is important to note that while trust must be built, a certain level of healthy mistrust is also necessary, because this will help the child to be more cautious and aware of their interactions in the world. Now, let's move on to the second stage, autonomy versus shame and doubt, which occurs during toddlerhood as children begin to assert their independence. In this stage, toddlers develop a sense of autonomy and express themselves. So when children are allowed to express themselves and make choices, they develop a sense of autonomy, leading to increased self-confidence. However, if parents are overly controlling or critical, children may feel shame and self-doubt, which can hinder the development of confidence. The key here is balance. Children need the freedom to explore and make mistakes in order to build confidence while also receiving guidance and support. Now that we've explored the theory, let me share how these stages have influenced my own life and development. Talking about the first stage, I was raised in a family-oriented environment where extended family played a strong role in daily life. The consistent caregiving from both my parents and relatives created a foundation of trust and security. In our culture, the involvement of extended family is common, and these social bonds helped me feel safe and supported, reinforcing the sense of trust I developed early on. Then, as I moved on to toddlerhood, I was encouraged to make independent choices, whether it was picking my clothes or choosing games to play. But despite all this, there was also a cultural emphasis on respect for elders, which sometimes meant that my ability to make decisions were limited. So the balance between asserting my independence and respecting authority helped develop my sense of confidence and self-reliance, which has changed the way I approach challenges today, both professionally and personally. Looking at these stages of development, I can see the interactions that I had with my caregivers, and the cultural context around me played a key role in shaping the person I am today. ERIKSON'S theory resonates deeply with me as it emphasizes the importance of social and familial influences at each stage of life. I realize now that the balance between the two stages were crucial for my emotional growth and self-confidence. Now, summing it all together, ERIKSON'S psychosocial theory provides a strong foundation for understanding early childhood development, particularly infancy and toddlerhood. It emphasizes the role of relationships and the broader societal influence in shaping a child's growth. However, one limitation of this theory, in my opinion, is that it is Western-centric. It was developed based on Western societal structures, which means that it does not entirely apply to the diverse child-rearing practices found in many cultures, including ours in the Pacific. That said, just because a theory originates from a Western perspective does not mean it should be dismissed. Instead, we can adapt it to fit our cultural values. The reason I chose to discuss this theory is not only because of its strong framework, but also to highlight how we can help this theory evolve. By examining it critically, we can explore more ways to make it more inclusive and applicable to different cultural settings, including our own Pacific communities. With that, I'll wrap up here. Thank you for watching.